Hey there, freaks and geeks. Today we're going to be talking about everything and anything that I thought was noteworthy to me that was announced or shown off at E3 2016. So let's jump right into it. So let's start off with Microsoft's big announcement. All future titles from them will be available on the Xbox One and Windows 10, which is amazing because that means us of the PC gaming community will be able to get to play Halo 6, Gears of War, Forza, stuff like that, and we don't need an Xbox One or any sort of setup to do that. We can just play on our computer, which is awesome because that means we should have more control over the game, settings and things like that. And who can't disagree with that? Like for real. And the other big thing about this announcement was that they did say they weren't going to limit it to just the Microsoft App Store, and they will be bringing all future releases to Steam as well. Because I haven't personally purchased anything through the Windows Store, App Store, but I know people have like the Gears of War collection. I had the first original three, and there was huge issues. The app crashing, the store double charging, tons of stuff. So we should see better results using Steam, and that means I'll have Halo 6 in my Steam library, which is going to be awesome to see and use. They also released new controllers. They have this new custom controller lab, which means you can just customize your own controllers to the way you want to look. I know there's like already tons of third-party options, but now you can order straight from Microsoft and not have to worry about compatibility issues or just support issues in general. Um, they did say that it'll be Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivity, so we can see those. So people who bought the big Xbox One controller adapter, kind of out of luck because now you don't need it anymore, which kind of sucks because like the only reason I spent the 40 $50 for it was just to use my controller with my computer. But now you just need a $10 Bluetooth adapter, and it'll be perfectly fine. Or if you have a Wi-Fi PCI card or Wi-Fi adapter of any type in your computer setup, um, that will work. So one less thing you need to worry about. You can get it like a $10 Bluetooth adapter off of Amazon, and it'll work fine. Most people already have one for their PS4 controllers, if they have one, for using in emulators and whatnot. So it'll be cool to use. Um, but that was really all I cared about from Microsoft's release uh, showcase, because I don't care about their new Xbox One Slim. To me, console's a console. Don't really need one. The one thing that they showed off was how the power supplies in the case of the thing, which Sony's been doing. Oh man, since PlayStation 2, um, computers have always had the power supply in the case, so they're just kind of catching up to the times. Good on them. But they also didn't release, but announced their new Project Scorpion, uh, which honestly to me, it sounds like they're going to be going into the custom pre-built PC area. Um, that's kind of how I took it away. Uh, nothing, once again, nothing too surprising. PS4 was the same way. They announced new console for 4K uh, video play, not video gaming, but playback of like movies and the such. So good for them catching up. God of War, the new God of War was announced, which means Kronos or whatever his name is. He's a dad in this. It's kind of funny. He's got that dad bod going on too. I never thought the God of War would ever get out of shape, but I guess it happens to everyone. Um, the new Resident Evil 7 was announced. Will be available for the PC, which is cool because who doesn't like spooky games? So going to definitely be keeping an eye on that. Currently, the demo is only available on the PS4, so haven't gotten to try it. Haven't watched anything except for the original trailer for it. Might have to go check that out. Uh, Ubisoft announced Watch Dogs 2, which wasn't too big of a surprise because uh, a lot of there was already a lot out there about it. We knew it was happening, we just didn't know when it was happening. Now we know it's supposed to be out at the end of this year. It's set in Silicon Valley. You're following the Desnek group more heavily now. Um, new main character and all that. It looks good, but I'm not too hyped for it since we all know what happened with the first Watch Dogs. They showed off this great game. It looked like it was going to be amazing, and then we got the final uh, product, and I liked the story. It was a little lacking. Some of the characters were kind of forgettable, um, but it was did not live up to what we thought it was going to be. So I'm not gonna get too hyped about it since of past pains for it. But anyways, let's move on to some of the things I actually was hyped up for, and that was EA showing off Titanfall 2. Um, we all know how Titanfall kind of it was fun, but it was lacking because not a lot of people wanted the pay for the DLC. So you're kind of stuck either playing on with small amount of people on the DLC maps or playing with a lot of people on the same like 5 or 6 maps. So it so it was kind of a rough start, and the story was only online. But uh, they did say that they've been working on the story way more than they had previously for Timefall 1, which is good because we don't buy games just for the multiplayer. Some people do, but I'm not one of them. I like buying a game that actually has a story to it, and I'll, eventually get through it through time. They did also say that all future DLC and maps released for it will be free, uh, just based off the base game. So, we're not stuck with the 5 or 6 maps that are there at launch, and there'll be more variety of maps and other things. The Titans look cool as always. It doesn't look like they're as easily to gain, and that they'll actually be a little bit more useful in the dynamics of the field. Um, but let's all talk about the biggest thing that I think most people are hyped for, and that was EA showing off Battlefield 1. Oh my god, does it look like everything I was hoping for in the next installment of this franchise? We go back to World War One, which we already knew. We got Zeppelins, we got the old tanks, we got everything that no exosuits, no AV drones, no robotic this, robotic that. It is just straight trench warfare at its finest, which is, I guess, horrible to say since that was a really bad time in history, but that's in the past. So, so let's talk about some of the things that we showed off. Biplane warfare, which is cool, because not that I'm going to do it because I'm awful at flying planes, but it looks awesome. The Zeppelin that's going to be flying around in some of the maps. They did show off the Zeppelin being destructible and coming crashing to the ground and causing environmental and structure destruction, which just right there. I love destructible environments and buildings. It just changes the flow of the battle as it goes on. You start off, there's a lot of cover, places to hide, and as the battle goes on, less and less is there, and it's harder to traverse at times. But it looks cool. Um, I know the biggest thing that they did say, and a lot of people had noticed, they didn't show off the French army, which was a big influence in World War One. And EA did talk about that, and they're going back on, doing some of the stuff that they were like improving on, and that was day one, not day one, but post-release DLC already ready to be released and worked on, and that's for just the French army. So story-wise, they'll have something for it, and multiplayer, you'll be able to play some of the French army and some of the areas. Uh, I think it's kind of silly that they went that way, especially with all the hate that they've gotten in the past for so close post DLC, and that they already just announced the game and they're announcing DLC almost at the same time for it. Um, Hopefully they'll change that and just change their mind and just add it into the game first off and not make it into a post DLC immediately. Like, I'm not saying don't have DLC, but don't announce DLC at the start of your game before it's even released. But can't wait to get my hands on the beta that's coming out soon, in a month or two. Uh, I'm actually going to be working on my rig more just to be able to play this game at its full glory, and it's gonna be there. But Bethesda, let's move on to Bethesda because they they got Dishonored 2 coming out, which looks cool. Uh, they did talk about how you can play the whole game without taking any of the power ups, and you'll still be able to complete the game completely. Because in the first one, you still had to take the blink because you couldn't reach some of the areas at all. And they said that's a possible ending. You can kill everyone ending. You can kill no one ending. No power up, no kill anyone. Power up and kill everything. So they worked on that, which is cool. It looks like it's gonna play really smooth, and it's gonna be definitely a nice step from Dishonored to Dishonored 2. Uh, let's just talk about their biggest thing, and that was the re-releasing of Skyrim on the 60 using a 64-bit version, which means you can use more memory for it. So those of us who had played Skyrim and modded beyond belief, who hit that 200 plus mod point, you know that the game becomes very unstable then. But they also said that it's going to be running on the new engine that the Fallout 4 is running on. So those in the modding community who've already made mods in the past are going to have even more tools at their disposal, and they're just going to be able to do so much more. My biggest thing that I'm hoping for is somebody, because I would love to make it, but I'm not going to be able to because I just don't have that ability, is settlement building in Skyrim. I know a lot of people don't like it in Fallout 4, and they feel like it's just like this gimmick, but I actually enjoy the settlement building to a point. But I feel like in Skyrim it would have been so much cooler thing running a village as the Dragonborn. Um, yeah, no surprise that they're re-releasing it, but you know, everyone's doing it. They did say anyone on the PC through Steam that owns the game, all the DLC or the Legendary Edition, is just going to get this one for free since you already own it pretty much. But who knows? We'll see what happens. Really not too hyped up for this re-release since it's going to be a little gimmicky, but oh well. Um, that was really all that was shown off. New consoles that just did playback. There was a couple of games that kind of look cool, but this was a very meh E3. Can't always have like groundbreaking, like last year when they were like, "Hell, we know we've talked about Fallout. Everyone's asking where Fallout 4 is. Where's Fallout 4?" But and then they were just like, "So here it is. It's gonna be available to you all at the end of November and all that." And there's nothing like that. No one was like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't see this coming." Bethesda did talk about that they are working on two small projects in the meantime. and as of right now, they're not do anything of that great of nature. Like say Elder Scrolls 6, they said they're working on it, but there's nothing there quite yet. But so that was E3 2016. And that's my opinions on it. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys later. And just enjoy the rest of this Black Ops 3 gameplay of me just not doing so well. Uh, I'm doing quite awful since I picked it back up and then trying to use the mouse and keyboard. But hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys next time.